Jackie Cation, Laurie Kilmartin. Jackie Cation, Laurie Kilmartin. It's the Jackie and Laurie Show. The Jackie and Laurie Show. It's the Jackie and Laurie Show. The Jackie and Laurie Show.
Okay,
Here we
good
are.
luck to us. We are
Hi, Laurie.
driving. Hi, Jacqueline.
Remember the last time we were driving and doing Jackie and Laurie?
I don't.
Well, you were, for some reason, I couldn't get your Zoom to work, and you had your phone going.
Yeah.
And during the taping of that episode, your phone went off to remind you that you had a set at Flappers. And then we got
that's right.
the
We
car and went to
sprinted.
Flappers.
That's right.
And right now we're using headsets and we look goony. I'm not
We
saying
look like we think we're pilots, and we're in a
Right.
2006 Honda.
I do love your commitment to not getting a new car because I have the same commitment.
It is
this thing
a huge
runs like a
waste
top,
of money.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's got a few nicks. I kind of want to get them fixed because now it's to the point where
I got a good body shop guy.
Cool.
Yeah.
People are leaving little cards saying, I buy junk cars and on my dash. I'm a little tired of it.
That happened to
I'm a little insulted.
that happened to Rontowski with her pickup truck.
Really?
For a decade.
Oh, my God.
Where she would just be at stoplights and like dudes would come up and go, "Hey, you want to sell this truck?" And she's like, No, I'm still using it.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm in it
in
right
it."
now. How will I get home?
Exactly. So we are driving to the Dynasty typewriter.
Right.
Where Zach Galifianakis has told me twice he's coming to do this show.
Exciting.
Exciting, except for the fact then, and I'm going to say this, and it wasn't Jamie, it was somebody else who just works at Dynasty.
Yeah.
So I tell Dynasty that he's coming.
Right.
And so I get an email saying, "Hey, if Zach wants to park behind the theater, there's one parking spot."
Oh, you mean you did not get offered this?
Right.
And it's Jackie Cation and friends?
Yeah. And I think the world knows that I'm slightly obsessed with parking.
Yeah.
So I emailed the guy back, and I'm like, "Hey, what about me?" And he goes, oh yeah, if you wanted it, you could have it too." And I was like, yeah, why don't I just take it? And then because I'm going to give everybody money for valet parking.
Yeah, plus there's
Yeah.
a lot behind the theater.
There isn't really.
Yes, there
Or
is.
is there-
I mean, you have to
a paid
walk a
lot?
little block, a block. Yeah, but it's not a lot of money.
No.
I
But
mean,
it's a paid lot
Better
behind
than
the-
circling. Yeah.
Okay.
It's behind that.
And there's
that
valet
Mexican
right-
restaurant?
Yeah, that Mexican restaurant is really good, by the way. And live mariachi music, which probably sounds like a nightmare to you, but it was
Sons
great.
of Anarchy is right next to us right now, so
He's
I don't
a
know if you guys
messenger
can hear.
of recovery, is what in the back
Oh,
of
I
his-
see. All right.
I don't think you understand what's happening here. He's cleaned it so.
A.A. Harley. Okay.
It's an AA Harley guy. Good for you, sir. Congratulations.
So we're doing that. It's a pretty stacked lineup.
Pretty
And
stacked.
I loved I love the flyer that just has our last names on it because there's there was a dust up on Twitter this week.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's a lot on Twitter, but
Yeah.
So we'll deal with Ben Shapiro and his little merry men
Right.
of incels in a sec. But so somebody used that and found an old tweet of the Laugh Factories where they were promoting a show that had all guy comics
Just
and
6 guys. 1 black guy. 5 straight white
right.
guys.
And so someone had, I remember this a long time ago. Someone said, "Hey, there's a lot of women here," and somebody else found it and kind of brought it back again, and that just turned into this. The Laugh Factory being tagged by every female comic
In America.
within 3 hours of a drive.
Wow, Drifty Magoo.
Dude, please. It was hilarious. And
Yeah, that is. So you were at Roosters? I want to hear about how the comedy went.
Roosters was fun. It
Good.
was okay. So I had to leave straight from work on Wednesday, and
Right, this is what I wanted.
excuse me, Thursday. So, first of all, okay, Burbank Airport is so easy,
Yes.
right? I just take off, I'm there, and San Jose is sweet. Like I walked off the plane, I was in a lift within 5 minutes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was great. San Jose is nice and tight. I mean, the more modern airports where you just get off the plane and you're right there, and then you go to JFK and it's like at least a 2-mile walk to anything. It's
Right.
ridiculous. So it's so annoying. So I get to Roosters on time. I didn't get to check into the hotel. I felt like shit.
Right.
And that it was
Thursday.
It was Thursday. There was a couple sold out shows.
Yeah.
Saturday, Sunday. one of the Saturdays, and I think maybe a Friday was sold out. So it was
That's
pretty
great.
good. And they were fun sets. There was, there was like one night there was a table, the front table had not been sat. They just didn't show up.
Yeah.
So the rest of the room is packed, and then there's like this giant hole.
Where are they
right
from?
up front.
Were they from space?
I don't know,
Remember
but
that old chestnut?
No, I don't. But I just know that I was like, I kept looking at empty chairs.
Oh yeah.
Even though it was technically sold out, the people didn't show up.
Right. That'll screw with your head.
Super annoying. But yeah, it was fun, and I love the hotel.
Yeah. It's a nice hotel.
I really like it. It's super chill. I love the breakfast buffet. It's packed with engineers and families. It was this weird combo because it was Labor Day weekend of
Right.
families staying there, and then just all dudes with iPhones talking in different languages.
Awesome. Yeah.
Just leading their Silicon Valley lives.
Right. They were all. Well, they were not 3 comma. I just did it like a month and a half ago.
What?
And there was a poster that said, even if you aren't a 3 comma earner, you can have property in the Bay Area.
Oh
or
my
something
God.
Like that. And I was like,
That was a billboard around there?
Yeah, it was in a bus stop of all
Oh.
things. And I was like, the first douchebag that calls himself a 3 comma earner can blow me.
I think someone did that on Silicon Valley, if I remember.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
where it might have come from?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
And most of the Lyft drivers, oh my God, I had this one Lyft driver. Okay, a lot of middle-aged men driving Lyft right now.
Right.
It's scary. One of the Lyft drivers was not a middle-aged, he was a young white guy. Mm-hmm. And he has an app he's trying to get funding for. He lives with his parents 2 hours away, and he comes down to Silicon Valley and drives on the weekend, makes a lot of money, and then goes back to his parents' house.
Right.
So he's somehow it came out that I was a comic.
Yes.
Like he starts poking around.
Yeah. And finally you're just like, fine.
So he goes, well, I've never been to a comedy club. And I'm like,
Oh,
wow,
no.
that's crazy. But I didn't want him to come to my show. I
Sure.
did not invite. And then he goes, later in the conversation, if you need me to help you get you any stand-up gigs, let me know. Here's my card. I'm like, I was dumbfounded.
Yeah.
The arrogance to think you've never even been to a comedy show before, but
he
you
can
could
get
hook
you
me
work.
up with gigs.
Sure.
But you know what? Maybe he's right.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well, if he's a marketing guy, he probably can.
I don't know what he is. It was hard. It's always hard to tell with those people when they're trying to
I
sell
can top
something.
this. Can I tell you a story?
Yes. Oh, I love my stories to be topped.
That's what
Please.
you want. I know you want it. No, you don't. Anyway, so I'm at Cap City Comedy Club, right?
Right.
Because it was a last minute, also Labor Day weekend.
Oh, we haven't talked since then, right?
No.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So I go, and many things happen. One, my feature is great. A woman named, I believe, Amber Bixby, who in the middle of her feature set, I was like, oh, you could build a late night set around that one joke.
Oh.
I wish I would have done that with my own act. Hey, why don't you pick a frickin' joke to build? Anyway, so she was very funny. The MC host guy, Adam, was very funny. It was a great week, actually. But so first show Saturday, I get a guy come up to me. I'm doing merch. And this guy comes up to me and he says, I got 2 pieces of advice for you.
Oh, God.
And I said, no. And he goes, no, this is good. If you're going to do, and then the advice was dumb. It was how he wanted me, if I was going to talk even slightly political, that I should use Trump's name a lot. And I said, no, I like calling him Captain Knobjob. That entertains me. And that's fun for me. Mm-hmm. And I don't mention him by name. I mean, I only say Captain Knobjob like once.
Yeah.
And he's like, you should say it a lot. It'll get you more laughs. And I was like, what do you do for a living? And he said, I'm a management consultant, and I promise you, for as long as I could make it last, and it was about 70 seconds.
Yeah.
I talked about different management styles and what he should really be doing with managers. And it finally, he was like, no, all right, I get it.
Oh my God,
Get
that's
this,
great.
Then he goes, the other thing.
Yeah.
He had 2 things he wanted to tell me.
Sure.
I tell him I don't want to hear either of them. I talk him to a standstill on the first one, and then he goes, the other thing.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, you are kidding me.
The hubris.
The arrogance.
Yes.
And this, and he was just a tech guy. He was probably a 45-year-old Indian or Pakistani dude.
Wow.
And he had a lot of advice. I don't know. I should have gotten his card.
Yeah, you should have.
Yeah, because then we could have given it to your young Lyft driver, and they could have talked each other to a standstill. Holy hell.
Yeah, so I swam at the El Camino YMCA.
Okay.
That was nice. Outdoor pool.
I used the pool at the hotel for the first time. Thought of you.
Cool.
No one was
So
in
you
it.
brought your swimsuit?
Yep, and it was
good
an
for
outdoor
you.
pool.
Right on.
Yeah.
Do you lather up in sunscreen?
No.
Ooh.
There was a big part of shade going on, so I mostly hung in the shade.
Right. You can
'Cause it was
sunburn
112.
even on a cloudy day.
Oh, can you? Have you thought about writing an autobiography called "You Could Sunburn on a Cloudy Day"? I gotta make a note.
Bad news.
We don't have Kyle, by the way, in this car,
No, we don't.
so I gotta make a note.
He's kidnapped. He's in the trunk right now. That's why you don't hear him. Yeah. So Roosters was fun. I probably could have sold merch, but I did not want to have to wait around for carry-on bag. I didn't know if the plane was going to be late. I had no wiggle room.
Right.
So I just sucked it up for the week and put everything in one bag and brought it on with me in Southwest. And I totally could have waited for a half hour for
San Jose being so small, it would have been quick.
Yeah, you just never know if it's going to run late, though.
Yeah, you don't want
to take that chance.
Yeah, it was direct though, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, San Jose is great. I rented a car, and it was great to have a car in Austin.
Yeah.
Because at one point, so there's this place that Mark Maron talks about every time he goes to Austin. It's called Opie's, and it's a barbecue place outside of Austin, about 45 minutes. Well, it took me an hour 10 to get there.
Wow, is it in like San Antonio almost? Or?
It is in the middle of cow country. It's like literally the cows that the animals that they are barbecuing.
What? Dude, I have the right of way.
Lady, yeah.
She flipped me off.
Did she?
I want to back into her.
A lot of speculation about what kind of commentary would be happening on this ride, by the way. I told people that we would be recording.
So you go to this place, Opie's.
Yeah, so I go to Opie's, and he says, "Fine, mention my name."
Yeah.
And so I do. Mm-hmm. And I get way too much food for very little money.
Wow, that's classic Austin.
Yeah, and then I have to take all of it back and put it in my fridge.
To the
because
hotel.
She gave me back to the hotel because she gave me the sides and everything.
Does that sit well in a hotel fridge? All that barbecue stuff.
Well, here's the thing about barbecue in Texas anyway, is that it's not like barbecue in North Carolina, which has the sauce on it already. It's a dry rub with the sauce separate.
Okay.
So it's just dry meat, essentially.
Either way, it's things I'm not interested in eating.
No, and especially not day 2. You're like, I don't want any part of this.
That seems awful.
Yeah.
I remember when I worked the Laugh Stop in Austin. I mean, I worked it many times. It's for a certain time in my life.
Yeah,
and
I never.
It was. I think it was Hicks's home club for a while,
cool.
And then I think Cap City is actually that club, but they flipped the stage all around.
There was a big poster of Hicks in the green room.
Oh, yeah?
And then there was a poorly framed album cover of Lily Tomlin's album from 1974. And I took a picture of it and sent it to Tom Sines.
You know what's funny is, and I'm not saying it's Cap City, but a lot of people show their love of female comics by going back 60 years.
Well,
and
that's the
finding
weird
an album.
thing.
Nothing current, nothing us.
Well, I don't understand why Mom's Mabley keeps coming up.
Right.
As much as
Lucille Ball's great stand-up album, of course, I'm such a fan of.
Right. I'm like, you guys, there's... I mean, even if
we're not all dead. It's not like female comics are ghosts, and you have to look back.
Right. You could just pick. You could. I mean, even if you just went back to the 80s and went Judy Tenuta, and
sure,
yeah, it was like it's fine. But you could go even the last 20 years. It'd be great.
Or when you're currently working, even.
Yeah.
Everyone's got an album now.
Yep. And speaking of which, I finished the first paperwork on the first album.
Oh my God, how long?
And then, it took a couple of hours because here's what you do: you fill out the Excel spreadsheet with all the correct words and stuff like that.
Like
and descriptions.
tag words and stuff?
Yeah, tags
Okay.
and keywords and genres.
Okay.
So you got to listen to your own act 100 times, and then the time code, and then I sent it to a friend to sort of do a once-over who gets stuff played on the thing.
Yeah.
And he was like, you could recut. It's your album. You own the masters. They're playing stuff that's only over 3 minutes. Some of this stuff is 2 minutes and 13 seconds.
Right.
Put a couple things together.
Yeah,
Because you can recut it. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
It's yours.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, you're a genius.
Yeah.
And then because I'm going to submit it to Sirius separately, it's not like they're going to buy my album and start spinning it.
Right.
They need MP3s.
Yeah, right.
And so that's been helpful. I did my taxes this week.
Oh, my God. You did 2 mounds of horrific paperwork.
There's a lot of things happening that hurts my head.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something.
Right.
So my brother goes, so you saved the money, right? And I go, of course I
Saved what money?
If I have to pay my taxes, you have money put aside. And I'm like, of course. Plus, we've been paying quarterly. It usually works out.
Yeah.
And it turns out we have not been paying quarterly.
Oh. Do you have to pay a fine?
I don't know.
Who's doing your taxes? You?
My tax account. Well,
Okay.
The thing is what we do is we do them, and then
Right.
we hand her all of the things, and
she
she puts
just
the
sort of-
numbers in.
Right,
Like
okay.
I don't give her a basket of receipts
Right.
like some people do. Right? Is that what you do?
No, I give my accountant all my passwords, and I cross
So
my fingers.
you don't even do that.
No, I don't.
Oh, my
I mean, I
God.
have to do some of the. I have to take pictures of the,
Cash
the
receipts and
1099 stuff and interest
Right.
and all that. Right.
Okay, so no, we do spreadsheets. Andy
Okay.
and I. Andy does a better spreadsheet than I
It
do.
seems like you two. That might be part of a sex game that you guys play.
if
Your
only,
tax spreadsheets?
if only there was. Maybe we should turn it into sex role playing. The tax. We would do it more often,
Right.
And we would do it in a timely fashion instead of
Quarterly, at
continue
least.
to get an extension. Oh my God! So,
Folks, we're so close to a dick joke.
oh my God, the extension
I'm
is.
vibrating right now.
Wait a minute. Notes.
Yes.
I have to.
You don't realize the professional discipline it takes right now to not just close on extension and then crash the car.
You made me laugh out loud. Good for you.
Wow. That's hard because you're an alpha.
I am not.
You are too.
I don't know that I'm an alpha.
I tell
had
a
an alpha
story, you're
moment
like,
today.
oh, I can top her story.
Oh,
Like,
well,
as soon as
there's
I'm
that.
2 sentences in, you're waiting for me to finish my B story.
Here's
I
what
felt it.
I had some restraint today
Yeah.
because I went to the mall to get a mall massage because the left side of my body hurts.
Right.
So I go and lying on the table next to me at Healing Hands at the Westfield Fashion Square is a woman. Here's the rule in mall massages: keep your ecstasy quiet, much
Sure.
like public sex. Right?
Right.
There's the joke that I put on the Twitter. Now, here's what she was doing. She was literally moaning. She's on the table next to me. Yes.
So you guys aren't in separate rooms?
No, because
Is
it's
there
a
a curtain
$24
between you?
Nothing.
Oh,
it's
my
just
God.
a morgue.
Are you all
essentially.
dressed?
Yeah, we're all dressed.
Oh, my God.
It's just a
She's
morgue.
moaning while she's dressed?
Moaning. Yes. That's it. Harder. Literally the most caricature.
No.
And I am. And she's driving the woman nuts. And the woman is talking to my dude, who's in Chinese. And they're just. And every couple of minutes, she's like correcting her handwork.
Oh, my God.
And then saying "shay shay," which is "thank you" in Chinese. In either, I think it's Cantonese. I don't know.
Wow.
But whatever it is, it's bullshit, and it won't stop. And it kind of ruined the last 15 minutes of my $24
Of course.
mall massage.
Of
So
course.
as I get up, and the woman at this point, so hers ends, and then she says to the woman, "Can you do a couple of more minutes?" And get this one area and this other area, and then she's talking to her. She's talking her through it, and it's so incredibly rude and irritating. And you're
Right.
like, "It's a nickel. Fucking just get back in line and do another one." And
So she wanted free minutes?
yeah, or an extension or
Okay.
whatever. But she was just said 2 more minutes.
Okay.
And then it went 5, right? Whatever it was. The woman goes, "I'm so," and then she's on the table going, "I'm so sorry." And the Chinese woman is saying nothing. And she's going, "I'm so sorry." It's a blonde white lady, right? in her like late 30s. And finally she goes, I must be crazy. And the Chinese massage therapist goes, you're crazy. And then mine ends. I get up and I go, you better be tipping the shit out of this woman.
Oh,
and then I walk away.
Yeah.
And the woman, as I walk away, she goes, I didn't want to be a pain. I'm so sorry. I didn't want to be a pain. I didn't want to. And I don't say anything. I just gather my items. And then she is, I don't know if she's looking at me because I'm looking at her now. I'm putting my shoes on.
Yeah.
And so she goes, I wasn't trying to be. And then there's this pause and she goes, well, this is none of your business. And I wanted to continue the conversation by saying, well, you ruined the last 15 minutes of mine with your groaning and grunting and bossy magoonis.
Right.
So, but I didn't say anything, which I think will drive her even more mad. And then
I think so, too.
And then I went up and I over-tipped my guy.
Sure.
Because I don't know what the situation is there.
I don't either. I just assume it's nobody's
slavery.
dream job to be in a mall touching other people. You know?
I don't know why I'm in such a good mood. I think it's because I've been home for 5 days, and I've decided next week I'm not taking any more.
No more spots?
No more spots. I got 2 spots. That's all
plenty.
I'm doing it. What?
That's good.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm not taking. That's actually not true. I sent an email today, but you
didn't mean it.
I didn't mean it, and he's probably going to turn me down.
Right.
So it's fine. But what I have to say is that I could not be more pleased that I'm going to spend next week barely doing it. I've recorded 4 Dork Forests this week,
Yeah.
and they're already edited,
Nice.
and I just have to do 1 ad,
yeah.
and then I'm done with those, and then I've got the week after I'm going to Denver. And did you do that Pandora thing, by the way?
I didn't. Oh, by the way, first of all, you didn't pick up on my sarcasm.
Wait.
I sent Jackie Cation an email saying, and before, let me just. She sent me an email last week. Can you take screenshots of how you search the Sirius Dog Star Radio app? So I'm taking screenshots. I'm sending her an email with lots of attachments.
It was
so
great.
She could it was great. So then I send, hey, how do you get? Where can I find it?
Wait, no. That was
quiet.
So
You
sorry.
sit on your good story that's better than mine. You can tell it in 10 seconds.
I don't have one.
So I said, hey, how do you record an ad for your own Pandora station? Because I'm looking around Pandora. There's nothing for that Pandora says, are you this artist? Log in or anything like that. So I don't know where I record it, how I give it to. I don't know any of this stuff, and I can't find it. And I've been searching. I know how to search for things.
Right.
So I sent you an email, and you said, Google Pandora app. And I was like, why didn't you just tell me to fuck off instead? Why do you have to be subtle?
Say that. I think I was on a plane. I think I was in Don't Kill Us because of it.
I won't.
Okay.
But then
you were correct. I could have helped her a lot more.
A lot more, yeah, because I had Googled it.
Yeah.
And then so I sent in all caps, thank you, lifesaver. Very sarcastic, because you didn't do shit.
I did.
And you were apparently satisfied with that.
Did I just give you a heart on that text
and
message?
we're proud that you were a lifesaver. Wow, I'm a good lady.
I have to say, I did not get. You were correct. That was the incorrect way to respond to your text.
Thank you.
Sometimes subtlety will cross. Do you know what happened to me twice this week?
No.
Is 2 different male comics
Yeah.
told me about 2 other male comics
Oh, I want names.
who don't like me.
I want names.
And-
I want to know who told you, and then I want to know who
get
doesn't
this.
like you.
They both separately, by the way.
Yeah.
Came up separately for the same reason these 2 douchebags don't like me either. And I don't like one of them a lot.
Right.
And I haven't liked him for 20 years.
Okay.
And the other guy I've liked for 20 years.
Oh.
And so
Huh.
right. So I was told that neither of these gentlemen think that I like men. And
Oh, at all.
right, that
Okay.
I'm anti-man. And I
Okay.
told Andy that, and then I said to Andy, nobody likes dick like me. And then Andy
What?
and then
What?
Andy looked down at his crotch and he went, and we both appreciate that. So I
my
wish
God.
I could make this.
Nobody likes dick like me.
Can you read that?
Okay.
I don't know that.
Okay.
So those
the
two
second
guys.
one doesn't like you.
That was the one that guy liked that guy for thousands of years. And so, and that.
But those two are friends.
Well, those
the
two
first
are,
one probably roped the second one in.
That's what it is. He's poisoned him against me, and it was I was like, I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And by the way, the first one doesn't wash his hands in the bathroom. Yeah,
What?
that's what I've heard from more than one source.
Oh my God.
There you go. I've gotten petty. It will not be, I guess, the last time. And yeah.
Well, most of the people that review this podcast prefer you to me.
Oh, interesting.
100%.
Did you go down that rabbit hole?
No, I'm just telling you, when I have gone down, I've noticed that. So take comfort in the fact that
I am loved by others.
Yes. At least in comparison to me. Like maybe they wouldn't like you, but they like me so much less.
In comparison to other people, I wonder. And that is hilarious. And it's fine. I don't, I also, did I tell you this? Probably 3 weeks ago, I got a call from Mike Lacey.
Oh, Comedy Magic.
A voicemail.
Oh, okay.
The longest, nicest voicemail in the world, telling me that he heard my NPR set.
No way.
And that he wished that I would come down to Comedy and Magic more often.
Oh my God, yes, you should.
I should. If I had an hour and a half each way to...
It is a tough
It's a journey.
drive.
And but the thing is it is a great crowd, and it is a lovely club.
It's a great club. It's fun to hang out.
And so next week I'm not doing anything, so I did email Richard.
Cool.
And tell him that that I was willing to do Thursday, one day. And
Wow,
I said,
way to put it.
Right.
Listen.
I was like, listen.
I'm willing.
Willing.
Wow.
And I said, and then I'm
What a
back
hero.
at the end of October. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. But I'm on the road so much that it's...
Sure.
But I just booked January Zanies.
Where?
In Chicago,
Oh,
finally. Cool. And then I also booked... next October, a week from October.
Oh my
a
God.
year from October.
Jesus.
DC.
Which club?
The Loft.
Oh, I've heard bad things about that.
Yeah, I heard him too. But
Okay. Are you getting paid in advance or anything?
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
Yeah,
Good.
because they're going through my agent.
Okay. Oh.
So I was like, if they go through my agent, my agent will make them pay.
I have 1 week. I have New Year's Eve open, and then the week after that open. And I just figured I'm probably not going to get it booked unless somebody huge cancels. Somebody cancels their gig
Did
or whatever.
you ping Lewis?
I did,
Oh, good.
and yeah.
Were you just there though?
No, I
good.
wasn't. I've been there since last summer.
Okay, so
but he already had it booked.
He's already in.
I mean, people have it booked.
Yeah, because it's in
So I'm just gonna go after my post Christmas weekend in Grand Rapids. I'm going at Dr. Grin's.
You're doing Dr. Grin's?
Yes, I'm so excited. I've never worked. I've always wanted to work a comedy club with a goofy name like that, like Sir Laughs a Lot. And I'm excited to be working.
I haven't done Dr. Grin's since '94.
Well, he's a physician, and he owns a comedy club.
His Hippocratic oath is Jello shots. So that's his main treatment.
Jackie, that might be my demographic.
That might be your demographic. You don't know.
And then I'm going to go to New York and just hang out there till the 4th, I guess, through the 5th, and pick up spots. Probably get to do some New Year's Eve set someplace and, just work it out in New York. I decided I'm going to try to record all my sets at the Punchline in October and just do an album then.
Oh, wow.
Record it then. And so the 2 weeks preceding that, the first weekend I'm at Helium in Philly. Oh my God, I got to call Ben. Okay. I'm at Helium in Philadelphia.
Really?
Yes.
Nice.
With the Team Coco thing.
Okay.
That's why they booked me.
Oh, right.
And then I had like 5 days off, and then I was going to be in Burlington, and I'm like traveling back to California and then traveling back out. It's so exhausting. Yeah. We have that time off as hiatus. And I made an agreement with my son's dad. He's going to take my son that chunk of time. So I'm just going to go to New York in those 5 days off and just do a bunch of spots.
Nice.
And hopefully, the following week after Burlington, I'll be at the Punchline. And bits will be as tight as they can be.
Right. So San Francisco Punchline, 5 shows, 5 to 7 shows.
Wednesday, Thursday, 2 Friday, 2 Saturday, 6.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
there's no good time. You know?
No, that's all you got to do. Just do it, and then
just do it,
and you'll record all 5 sets. There will be all 6 sets.
So. Yeah, right.
There will be an album there.
And then there might be, there's one bit I do that has a lot of crowd work in it, and the answer's always different. And I was thinking we could just put all of if there was 4 or 5 different kinds of responses, put them all in before I actually get to the joke.
Oh, that's great.
So yeah, I mean, who knows if there's another aneurysm lurking trying to get me, right?
No, I think, is that why you want to record?
Well, why do I keep waiting for?
Well, there's that.
Things to be perfect. No bits are perfect.
They're not going to be perfect.
By the time they're perfect, I hate them, and there's no good time.
You getting off here?
Oh, Silver Lake Boulevard.
Oh, Silver Lake?
Yeah,
all right.
I was told Silver Lake by my app.
By your app?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, so that's going to happen.
That's a good idea. Mine, now that I'm listening to my old albums to do this thing for serious, I am like, oh, these jokes have changed fundamentally. And some of this, I have one joke that I was like, well, this doesn't age very well, does it?
Right.
And what are you going to do? And none of them, I'm not a monster in any of them.
Right.
I'm just vaguely rude.
Yeah.
Like it's a rude reference to gay people or something. I don't know what it is. It's just something boo.
Yeah. I mean, at the time, it was culturally acceptable.
Right. I was blind at the time, and I have hopefully put on a new pair of glasses.
Right.
So it's progress, not perfection.
Yes.
And, but I have, and I keep coming up with new lines. The long sets I'm loving them.
Wow.
I'm loving them, but I'm also hating them because there's so much work to be done, and the work is getting done.
Yeah.
And the audiences are people that have seen, in a lot of ways, have seen my set, have seen my act, have listened to all the albums.
Right.
So they're seeing the new stuff, and I can't tell that they're just psyched that it isn't this stuff from the album or if it's good. Because they're saying that they're having a good time. So I got to go. I have to believe that it's good. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I got to believe that
Yes.
it's. I know how much work has to go into it still. Because I'm not going to put one out for another year. Not unless I get an aneurysm.
Yeah. I'm going through old notebooks. It takes a long time. I found a couple things that I've added, but mostly I guess I just want to shore up existing bits and, you know how you
just tighten
and you get dead spots that you just sort of learn to ignore it, except right when you're on stage, you're like, oh, I got to work on that. And then it goes away. And then you until the next time you say that joke, you're like, oh, I got to fucking work on that.
Right.
And so, I was thinking of, so I just need to, I just want to maybe work on plumping up the existing things instead of working on breaking in new stuff.
Yeah.
At the moment, between now and October.
So, Carmen Morales is breaking up my Horcrux DVD.
Yeah.
Into 1-minute jokes to put on Instagram and captioning them.
Oh.
It's going to be very expensive, but I don't care.
Yeah, that's
because
great.
I don't want to do it.
Right.
And she's in Lowell, Arkansas. So why not? She's on the road for a month with her laptop.
Oh, my
so
God.
she could just do it.
Yeah.
And I'm paying her. So these are good things for both of us.
Yeah.
But the other thing about that, about her going on the road hardcore like that, is, so my tax preparer, now, she used to live here for a long time, and I've known her for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
She now lives in Tacoma, and she's wanting me to do stand-up. No, not Spokane. She lives in Spokane and wants me to do Spokane. And I'm like, well, it's not happening.
Yeah.
And she told me that there's a little town. She's like, is there comedy in a little town called Coeur d'Alene?
Oh, I've been to Coeur d'Alene.
You have?
Yeah, there's a
Best Western weekend room.
Well, yeah, there used to be triple runs there in Coeur d'Alene.
There's a weekend run there.
Cool.
That Carmen says that she has the booker on.
Oh.
And
that sounds fun.
Well, I think she has the booker. She mentioned that it was run by some guy. I don't know if that's the booker or if it is a triple run. But I looked at the lineup, and John Roy's there this weekend.
Okay.
So
they're getting real comics.
Yeah, that's a real comic right there. Right there. That guy's real. And
Coeur d'Alene. I mean, Idaho's very white, but Coeur d'Alene might be the whitest part of Idaho.
Oh, really?
At least what I remember. I mean, I don't know if the demographics have changed dramatically, but in terms of like early Klan activity, I remember like
Idaho's just enormously
it
white.
is, but I remember a couple black comics telling me like that was real. It's not just
And they
like
wouldn't go back.
some joke or something. No, of course you go back, but it was like, no, this is
I was going to say, I thought it was going to be something.
This is a real danger.
Well, I would talk to, there were like, BT.
Yes.
And Alex Jackson and like there were a bunch of Minneapolis comics or guys who worked through Minneapolis a lot.
Yeah.
Who would tell stories in Iowa and stuff, and they're like, it's hard to go back, but I got to work.
Yeah. Right.
And they're like, I just. I need to get walked to my car.
Oh my God.
And I did, and
oh my God.
Usually women have to be walked to their car, but which we should all be walking everyone to our cars because 2 people's a deterrent.
Yes.
And we should do comic of the week, by the way.
Oh yes, our comic of the week is Patti Harrison.
Patti Harrison, who is a New York comic,
right?
And I watched her set, and it was hilarious. What did I watch it on?
Fallon, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think I watched her.
They couched it. They kind of did. She's trans, and so they had her be a trans correspondent, responding to Trump's military ban, I think.
Yeah, that's the thing that I watched.
It was really funny. There were great jokes in it.
Yeah, so and she does just regular stand-up.
Yes, yes. But I mean, you would take a correspondent. You take your gigs.
Right. Are you kidding? Kira Zoltanovich? That she did that.
She used to do a ton of shit on Leno.
On Leno, she did that. She did that photo booth thing for probably a decade.
Wow.
Anyway, so but it's Patti Harrison, and her Twitter handle is party, as in a party.
Yes.
_ Harderson.
Party harder, son.
Party harder, son.
That's what I tell my little guy all the time.
Party harder, son. So it's party _ HARDERSON.
Yeah.
And let's also do a Max fun break right here.
Sure.
Hello there, ghouls and gals. It is I, April Wolf. I'm here to take you through the twisty, scary, heart-pounding world of genre cinema on the exhilarating program known as Switchblade Sisters. The concept is simple. I invite a female filmmaker on each week, and we discuss their favorite genre film. Listen in closely to hear past guests like the Babadook director, Jennifer Kent, Winter's Bone director, Deborah Granick, and so many others every Thursday on MaximumFun.org. Tune in if you dare.
It's actually a very thought-provoking show that deeply explores the craft and philosophy behind the filmmaking process while also examining film through the lens of the female gaze. So, you should listen.
Switchblade Sisters.
Yeah, I'm going right on a red. Let's do it. Are we back?
We're back.
I hate making turns. I'm telling you. It gets more and more dangerous. I just want to go straight. Oh my God.
What'd you get?
I got new contacts, and he tweaked the prescription, and it makes such a big difference. It's
good.
Amazing. I kind of thought, my astigmatism is just so bad now that I'm doomed. Everything's going to be slightly blurry, and that's just the way I have to live now.
Do you have an ophthalmologist? Where'd you go?
Yeah, East Valley Eye Center in Burbank. They're very high tech, and he said my nearsightedness has gotten better.
Okay.
Which is strange, but maybe it's because I'm getting that the other old person where you
the farsighted.
Yeah, whatever. That's starting to offset.
Right.
So, but he's like we can tweak your right I have monovision, so I have the right contact lens sees far and the left contact lens sees near.
Right.
So sometimes there's this weird blurriness when they're both trying to work together, but your brain learns how to do. I'm like a lizard. Different eyes are doing different things.
Right, but it's working out.
Yeah, so he really tweaked the right eye's far vision, and it's amazing. It's such
You just
clarity.
looked deeply into my eyes at the stoplight, and I was like, God, your eyes are beautiful, Laurie.
Yeah, go to the ophthalmologist. Who knows what they can do? Do you wear are you nearsighted too?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I chose not to get the progressives on these new glasses because do you remember when I went from contacts to glasses on stage? Because I never wore
Did you have a
glasses.
ceremony? Or
The ceremony was I forgot my contacts and I was opening for Brian Regan.
Okay.
And so I wore my glasses and I was like, this is enormously comfortable.
Oh, you liked it. Okay.
Yeah. And so then I just kept wearing my glasses. And then I thought, yeah, but for television, contacts kind of work better.
Yeah.
Just eyeball-wise. And I've been watching that Horcrux special, cutting it up into things, and I wore contacts for it.
Yeah.
And I was like, there was a joke I did a small amount of mugging for, which works much better without glasses.
That's
And
true.
if you're going to do some mugging.
Yeah.
And, yes.
Well, I don't like the way glasses feel. They weigh my ears down. They weigh my nose down. It's just extra baggage on my face.
You're hanging a left, aren't you? Here's Wilshire.
Well, this is telling me to go left up here.
Oh, one more block?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that.
We're an hour early. I think we can.
No, I know. But,
Yeah.
and get this, doors at 7. I felt too soon. Because show's at 8.
Right.
I think we're doing good, though, as far as ticket sales.
Good.
And it's a freaking killer lineup. And everybody's an old comic of the week.
Yes. Yeah.
Or old. Everyone's a previous comic of the week.
6 women just committed suicide just now when they heard that.
Or were we 2 of them? and then if Zach comes, it'll be what else happened?
So I got
we could talk. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, well, I got another camcorder. I got a camcorder at Best Buy. Went down to Best Buy in Sunnyvale.
Wow.
Because Sunnyvale's such an easy place to record at. They have like this little ledge, and you just put a little camcorder there, and no one can take it because it's high enough where someone would notice if an audience member wandered over and grabbed it.
And they're not going to knock it over?
Yeah, it's right where the light is. You know where they turn the light on? That little area.
In the booth.
Yeah, right. So, and I bought a really cheap piece of shit camcorder, 4K,
Back
for
in the day?
$200, like 2 months ago, and it's awful and a complete waste of my money and time. I spent a lot of time trying to figure it out, and then I realized, it's just shitty. So I got a Canon, and it was like $350 maybe.
Okay.
And then the hard drive filled up immediately with like one video.
Right, because you need to buy another chip.
Yeah, so I go back, I get a memory card. Well, it's the wrong one. That they don't have the special one Canon had. So I spent a lot of time fiddling around trying to save a video to different media, my phone, whatever. But I figured it out, and all is well. So that's good. I don't have a lot. Oh, look at that headline. Jackie Cation and Friends on the marquee.
That's it. We're parking behind.
We think you'll really like everyone. I love it. Looks great.
Does it say that? We think you'll really like everyone?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool because,
Take
a
picture. Maybe that could be the picture for
the show?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's better than us in these helmets.
Oh, shit.
Oh, hell.
Hurry up, dude.
You're doing it. Nice haircut.
Sorry about that, fella.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay.
You got this. All right, so now
Well, he was actually going, the red hand was up.
This is, I think, where we're going.
Well,
but
this is where I park. You're saying we could go back in here?
Yeah. Do you want to just find a place to park and just do it that way?
Yeah.
Or you can just
people
use
are
this
already
meter.
going around us.
Look at this meter.
Oh, hold on. Well, let me
What's
see.
your turning radius like? Oh, it's totally.
It's bad. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
It's $9. Come on.
Right, and everyone's getting 20.
That's right.
So-
Is that coming out of your pocket?
Well, I'm getting paid for this. You
Okay.
aren't. And by the
Wow.
way, I need
Way to
$100
rub
bucks
it
for the poster for the Oregon,
Okay.
New York run or
Okay.
Oregon run. So take the money from the Patreon or what's it?
Okay. If you could never pronounce it Oregon again, that would be terrific.
Is it Oregon?
It's Oregon. Yeah.
It's Oregon. That's how they would prefer it. The people of Oregon.
You sound like you live in Boston and you're sending your family across the Lewis and Clark Trail to get there.
Say hi to Jim Lewis for me.
Thank
honey.
you.
Anyway, so
Okay.
yeah. So the Lewis and Clark Trail.
Okay.
And
We're entering the parking garage.
structure, and we're at 43 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
We could do a post-show evaluation.
Oh, do you want to do it? You want to close it on the? You want to do it on the back end too?
Yeah, you want to?
Yeah, I think that's a
Why
good
not?
idea. Hey guys, we're gonna park and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Dave.
Hi, I'm Graham.
And we're two house DJs who have been trapped inside our drum machine.
We love it here, and we'd love if you stopped by and visited us every week on Stop Podcasting Yourself
here on MaximumFun.org.
We're just a couple of doofuses from Canada.
And listen to our show or perish. Stop podcasting yourself
on MaximumFun.org.
Okay, and we're back. We both did sets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a fun night.
It was a fun night.
Great audience.
Oh my God, they were on fire.
Yes, they were like velvet.
They were, it was, everything worked. Mm-hmm. All the jokes worked. The audience was kind of electric.
Yeah.
As the kids say.
I liked a lot of your stuff.
Oh, did you like my stuff?
Yes.
I liked your stuff.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Some of the new stuff is coming together, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's snapping up.
Yeah.
It's good.
It just
it's
needs
cinching
to,
up.
That's it. The Schrodinger joke is worked as a closer, but
Thank you for explaining it.
But these, right. All it does is just 2 lines to remind everybody what the hell it is.
Tell them.
Well, I think most people kind of vaguely have heard of it.
Have you been to America lately?
Well, I know that there's more worm people than ever, but now, but this was it worked as a closer, but I don't know that means it works as a closer because this audience was kind of fantastical.
Yeah, they were
excited.
They were fans.
They were fans,
which is always weird to me.
Right.
I'm just
get used to it, Kilmartin.
I won't, and I won't have to. Pretty confident of where my career is.
Yeah, that's what Kieran Kilgariff said. All of a sudden, they're filling stadiums. Oh my God! I don't know that they are. Are they?
They're filling
theaters.
Whatever they're filling.
Yeah, they're filling.
Yes.
They're doing
ice cream cones and stadiums.
Right. It's,
I am just trying to tighten up a few things and solidify a few things. Mm-hmm. That's it.
That's all I did. Mm-hmm. I was like, I wanted to try the new joke about suicide with my dad.
Oh yeah, that was great. I love that.
Right. And I wanted to try, the Schrodinger thing, and that worked. And but the audience, everybody had a great set. I was like, Kira went up. And it was the lineup was Kira Sultanovich, Janelle James, Virginia Jones, Winter Spears, Zach Galifianakis showed up.
Awesome.
And then yourself, and then myself. Yeah. And it was so funny because Zach, I emailed him and I was like, you're going to go up late, so you don't have to come early. And he came right at 8:00, and he hung out the whole.
Expecting to get out immediately.
Right, maybe, very possible.
But you know what? How often does a male comic get to hang out with only female comics?
I think he said he had a really good time.
I think it's kind of relaxing a little bit. Right?
Yeah. There was no weird. Janelle James's thing about Lyft drivers was really, really funny. Did you hear her joke about it's just about male Lyft drivers versus female Lyft drivers?
Oh, really?
It was really good. and
I've never had a female Lyft driver offer to set me up with stand-up gigs. I will say that right off the bat.
Right off the bat, you guys, it turns out I have had a female Lyft driver call her son the comedian in Phoenix and make me talk to him.
Oh.
Because he just moved there. And she's like, he's only been doing stand-up like 3 months.
Oh, my God.
But you should totally get to know him. And I was like, okay. And then he didn't show up for the Phoenix shows.
Wow.
Right.
He's probably embarrassed that his mom did that.
Very possible.
But she, you know what? I'm on her side.
Well, she's just trying to help her son.
She's trying to help her son.
Yeah. And
been there, will be there again.
Always. Mm-hmm. And then, everybody, Virginia was great. Mm-hmm. She had a bunch of stuff. It was so funny because some of her stuff kind of is touching on some of my stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But it's got a different,
Yeah.
It's her perspective, and it's close to the same punchlines, but a different setup.
Yeah.
Which means that the stuff that's in the zeitgeist, there's nothing you could do about it, right? The stuff.
I know. That's the tough thing about talking about things that everyone's aware of.
Right. We if you're trying to talk about current events or not current, or at least current
Yeah, or
trends.
just the way the language is changing and the way people are, whatever, PC, woke, all that kind of stuff. If you're reacting to that, however you're reacting to it, whether it's crushing you and canceling you,
Right.
or if you're into it. It's weird because last week we didn't do a podcast, but I was dying to talk about Chappelle, but now I'm like, oh, that's last week.
It's so last week. There's so many things. We didn't talk about Larry. Did you see the Larry the Cable Guy thing?
Yeah.
Which he was just, it was a weird thing. He didn't want to do an interview with a Denver newspaper guy because the Denver newspaper guy wanted to talk about politics. But if someone said to me, I want to do an interview with you and I want to talk about politics, I wouldn't want to talk to that guy either.
No.
I want to talk about stand-up comedy.
Right.
I don't want to...
Or just plug my shows. I don't want to turn off half the audience.
Or
Potentially.
or 12%, right? I don't even want to turn off 12% of the audience.
Let me do that in person, please.
Exactly.
I want you to pay for the ticket first before you walk out.
Right.
Yeah.
And no refunds. And so I get why he didn't do it, but then the way he responded to the journalist, because first of all, the journalist didn't add him, didn't tag him, so he had to be Twitter Googling his own name, right?
People do that, though.
I do it all the time.
You do?
Oh, yeah. I
haven't done it in a while.
I got some free time sitting on airplanes. I'm like, anybody talking about me? Here's the sad truth. No one is. No one's talking.
Maybe that's why I haven't done it. Not a lot of results. No need.
Right. Why bring it up?
Yeah, so he responded to this guy.
And he just sort of said something snarky instead of, first of all, either ignoring it or going, there's a reason why I wouldn't want, he could have made the same jokes we just did.
I mean,
I want to alienate people in person.
The journalist also didn't have to say
anything.
Yeah. No one had to say anything.
No.
There's no, as you would say, heroes in the story.
Right.
But I do feel like comics are going to be scrutinized a lot more now, just because comedy's so popular and people love talking about it, I bet every article on Dave Chappelle did great. Everyone was reading everything. This special probably did great. Like, there's no losers in this at all, except for the comics that don't like to be criticized and got mad about it. But even they probably got increased traffic with their, victim bitching. So
right. And while we were doing this, Kyle texted us because he's in D.C. working at, I think, the Improv.
Yeah.
And he said that Michelle Wolf did a drop-in and was really funny.
Yeah, that's I'd love to see what she's doing right now.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, from what I understand, for a while she had to, people had to go through metal detectors to go to her show after the Sarah Huckabee Sanders shit, at the White House Correspondents' Center.
Well, it's like Kathy Griffin, where like if Trump vilifies her and then she has to have protection. Yeah. Because
and all these congresswomen. It's all almost all women.
It's all connected. Because it's bad guys who are mad for some reason at women for talking. Bitches, man. What are you going to do?
I don't know. I feel like we did need to finish up this podcast, but I know you have people waiting for you at a restaurant.
Right, and you're invited to that restaurant.
No, I don't want to be near people.
Would you like to eat a little solo time? You going to do that?
Yeah.
Well, let me just tell you.
I think so.
I think we left at around, I think it was 45.
Okay.
And we're now at 8 minutes.
Okay, so we're halfway down with this chunk.
Right.
This is how I break up my swim practices all the time.
Oh, there we go. So
different sets, and then halfway through this set.
Feels like laps? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Is that what I'm hearing? Oh, good to hear it. Good to hear it.
Yes.
So we did good on the merch. There was a miscommunication. I thought we were doing 10 and 10, and you're like, we're doing 20 and 20.
No, I thought we were doing 20.
Yeah, because that's what I've always said.
I'm going by what you tell me, and now you make me look like I'm ripping people off.
And it worked. And it worked where people were like, okay, 20.
Yeah, but then you started charging people 10 for stuff, and I'm like, do I seem like an asshole?
No, I do. I seem like a person who's made an error, is what happened. Because 20 is great. So I don't know. We should probably figure it out. But yeah. I don't know.
All of a sudden I'm breaking 10s left and right because of you.
You're like, that's not what I'm here for. I'm not here to break 10s.
Kathleen Madigan says everything's 20 and that's it.
Everything's 20 and that's it. And you're right. And it was, the people who hung out longer, whatever. It's Okay, so I had Dave Ross on the Dork Forest.
Mm-hmm.
It probably won't go for... You know what the name of his album is? The Only Man in the World That's Had Sex. It's something like that. And he was such a delight on the show.
Mm-hmm.
He's such a good... I had... It was a banner week. I also had Christopher Titus on.
Right.
Talking about Prince. Which
wow,
I didn't know anything.
Casey St. Ange would probably be really upset that she's not talking about Prince.
Other people can talk about Prince,
right? There are too many people into Prince.
Well, and here's the thing: is I thought that Andy was into Prince. Nobody's into Prince that I've met. Well, that's not true. I've met people that are into Prince as much as Christopher Titus is.
Yeah,
but boy, is he into Prince. He was like, I'm going to make you, whenever it's a music episode, there's always a disaster.
Right.
Because I don't know who anybody is. And I'm like, Little Red Corvette. That was a song. And,
High School.
Right.
Yeah.
And, you know what it was for me? It was the ACYOA weekend, which is the Armenian youth group from church. It was sports weekend.
Oh.
And I did really good on the Bible debate.
Okay.
Did you know that was a sport?
I did not.
I did real good.
So what do Armenians debate the Bible?
Well, it was a trivia question.
Sure.
It was just a trivia. All it was, and there was volleyball, there was ping pong.
I would imagine Armenians win every debate contest because I've never met one that couldn't silence everything.
A lot of arguing, a lot of backgammon, a lot of...
I had this gig in Livermore last night, and it was fun. I'm turning your phone over. You're very distracted.
Oh, fair enough.
Usually you don't back down.
No, take it.
It was at a winery.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Did you have wine?
I had a little bit, but I don't drink a lot of wine.
No.
But it was in my old stomping ground. It's like Livermore, when I grew up, it was like total cow town. We made fun of it. It wasn't even Pleasanton, which was a
Is it now Napa
town.
Valley?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's fancy
and
wine
it's
people.
Semi-affordable in the Bay Area.
Really?
Although, you know what? People will probably say not. And, but, like I was I took a lift from Oakland, and as we're driving past the exit for Walnut Creek, which is where I was raised,
grew up. Mm-hmm.
the song Missing You was playing. I'm like, Dad! And I wanted to drive by my parents' old house, but
you were in a lift.
Well, yeah, it was inconvenient. It would have cost me money. And I did Bikram this morning in Livermore. And,
really?
It was supposed to be a quick do the thing and then lift back to the hotel. And then my phone broke or it stopped working.
Oh, wow.
So I had to call a cab and it took 20 minutes. And I was like, I can't believe we put up with this shit for so long.
I want to know.
Cabs are awful.
I don't know why you didn't rent a car at San Jose.
Well, I flew into Oakland. It just...
Oh, that's right. You flew into Oakland.
Because the booker was covering all the lifts and stuff.
Oh, fair enough.
Easier.
Yeah. It is easier. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'm doing this weird thing where I'm doing Denver Comedy Works.
Right.
And then I'm coming back, and then I'm going back to Denver.
Yeah.
For the High Plains Comedy Festival, just to open for Maria one night.
Oh, wow.
With her and Aparna.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's a hell of a show, too, right?
Jeez.
And then the next day I fly back, and then the day after that we fly to France.
Oh, my God.
And then we're going to France.
Do we have to do a whole bunch of podcasts next week or something?
I think so.
Oh, fuck.
Well, it might not be that bad, because I think we can at least do, we can keep it pretty steady, but there'll be a moment where we'll have to stack them.
Okay.
So if we want, we could stack them. Do 2 stacks.
Because you don't want to Skype from France, right?
I don't. I haven't even looked into the set. I was going to do a set in Paris.
Oh, yeah?
And I haven't looked into it.
Take the week off.
Why
because
not?
You know what?
It's my anniversary.
When you have a set that night, it ruins your entire day in a way. You're
in your head for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just fucking take the week off.
Go to Paris.
Yeah.
Look around Paris for a week. It'll be fine. Eat a croissant.
There was this when I took my son there was this amusement park, like a carnival that they set up right near the Louvre.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's still up because I think it kind of ends after the summer.
It's probably a carny
it's
thing.
So fucking fun.
The fun.
Yeah. You'll see it if it lights up at night, and you can be on a Ferris wheel and be looking at the Eiffel Tower. It's
my
amazing.
God.
Yeah.
I might want to do a Ferris wheel and look at the Eiffel Tower.
You got to.
I don't know how to not do. I don't even like heights. Do you take an elevator up the Eiffel Tower? What's the scoop on that?
We did nothing like that. It just seemed like a big hassle.
Right. I've never, the first time I was in New York, I went to the Empire State Building. And I was like, how much does it cost to go look at the top of the Empire State Building? And so it was $35. This is in 1984.
Oh, my God.
85. And I was 19 years old. And so 84. And I was like, oh, there's no way. I don't have $35. And so I just went into the Empire State Building and I took the elevator up to the top floor. And I started wandering around. And a janitor saw me and he goes, what are you doing? I said, looking for a window. And he goes, go downstairs. $35.
They've put up some security since then.
Right, in 84, 85, when I went, it was
$200, and I took my kid up there once, and it was like such a waste.
God, so much money.
Yeah, it was at a night. It was fun to see it at night.
Oh, that's cool, and a fair to remember, right?
Sure. I mean, he forgets everything.
Right. It's he'll watch that movie and
no, he won't.
No, he'll never see that movie.
No, and he'll forget me. That's why I have to do this album, so I have something to listen to remember.
Finally, I just remember her voice. Do you have any old voicemails of your dad?
Yeah, I do.
Because a lot of people are doing that now.
What?
They're like keeping old voicemails.
Oh yeah.
I'm a gorilla recording my dad.
Good.
At the Outback, I literally pressed record.
Yes, and just let the conversation play. Yes, I have some conversations with my mom and dad where, because my mom was a lot more fun when he was alive.
Yeah,
and I listen. I'm like, where's that lady? Where'd she go?
Right.
Yeah, you'll lose that interplay once one of them's gone if you have two parents, and you forget that.
Yeah, he's my dad. He'll find a new parent. Do you know? I met this guy, this Armenian guy, the other day. He'd been married 7 times, and I every bone in my body. It took every ounce not to say to him, you know what my sister says. I don't go to anybody's 3rd wedding, and which is my favorite line. How we doing? Oh, we're doing it. We're done.
We're done?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
MaximumFun.org.
Comedy and culture.
Artist owned.
Audience supported.